look, it's negative that the prince heard him say it, but at the same time, it is true to his character. He cares more about his brother ascending to the head of the family in the north. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Yatagarasu. We come back with the usual notes and a board. So let's go ahead and hop into the board and see what we got going on. As usual, I come back with a board changelog, where I have connected Atsufusa to the prince with a white line. I'm not 100% on his motives right now, so white line. I connected Natsuka to Toro with a green line. I connected Ukogi to Cha no Hana with a red line, and I connected Toro to Atsufusa with a blue line, as he is the nephew. Alright, and then moving over to the location board, people have actually moved for once. I moved Natsuka to the southern house, I moved the prince to the southern house, and then of course I added the original aide to the southern house as well. People have finally moved away from central for like the first time ever. So yeah, that is the update to the location. I'm glad I finally had to make some changes to it. As I said though, I do have some notes of limited nature because not a lot occurred to me this time around. So I was just scrolling through YouTube Shorts the other day when I came across this channel called Tasting History talking about sorry, I've said this once before, but it's been a week since the last time I've said it. Kikasugan? Kikatsugan, I believe is how you say it. Which for some reason struck me as looking like the balls the prince eats and has been giving Yukiya. I'm pretty sure they aren't that, and that they got named and the stuff in them was said to be a fruit that Yatagarasu specifically tend to not like. But for some reason, this just caught my attention. Sorry, here's the word again, and I've already forgotten how to say it. Kikatsugan are hunger balls created for shinobi to sustain them, much in the same way that the prince gives Yukiya whenever he is giving him after long periods of not eating. Also interesting, third time now, and I've already forgotten again, Kikatsugan take 3 years to make, and supposedly eating 3 can keep a person healthy and full for a day. Like I said, I just scrolled across it one day, and it looked very much, or was very reminiscent of what I feel like the prince is giving Yukiya. And I know it's probably not that at all, but it was interesting enough that it made its way into my notes section. I assume that when Fujinami says that her brother was kind to her, she's referring to the prince, since they both were from the same mother. That and Natsuka would likely have been away at temple during that time that the prince was revealed to be the true Kinyu, or a true Kinyu, rather. While I appreciate Atsufusa's loyalty to Natsuka, I believe his is misguided in faith. He believes that Rokan is aligned with the extremists and leading Natsuka down the wrong path. I remember in the first episode when a hooded figure was beside Rokan in a burning village. To me, that figure couldn't be anyone other than Natsuka himself, which would lead me to believe that he is on board with these actions. I mean, he gave Rokan the go-ahead to end Kazumichi as well. The only path I see this taking is Atsufusa dying at Rokan's feet while begging the same way Kazumichi did. These are probably just pointless little notes, but they're from myself in case it comes up later. Keiran incense is used for relief, and only the eastern houses use katos. So, something happened in regards to Asebi's mother when she was performing with the kato, as well as the fact that she was also here attempting to bag the last emperor. I don't know if that means anything, but it was said, and it might be pertinent information down the road, so keeping it in the notes section. Asebi asking for Samomo without being able to give a reason is slightly suspicious, but no more so than anything else she's done so far. I guess it's just an additive thing at this point. Asebi is a lot of small suspicions stacked on top of one another. Each of them, nothing of note, but put together, and you really ought to take notice of her. I hate to think at this point, though, that she might just be completely innocent, and I have fallen into the propaganda of the other girls. I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad at this high school drama thing. So either Yukiya is mistaken and the letters the prince has been writing haven't been for the girls, or there is someone intercepting his letters. The thing is, I believe in episode 2, Yukiya was sent to collect and deliver letters in his first grouping of tasks. That would mean that if the letters were being intercepted, they would be somewhere within the bureaucracy of the palace itself, which would seem considerably more difficult to do than just assaulting some courier on the way. And my final note here, the Empress mentioned that the Southern House's daughter should make an appearance when Natsuko is there, yet we see her in the Cherry Blossom Palace. We get no indication from her side that she has any inkling of such plans. Shiratama implies that Hamiyo has a secret. What if that secret is that she's not actually the daughter, but some sort of stand-in, maybe? That it could explain why she hardly seems to be trying, especially if the Southern House is playing at subterfuge with the Empress behind everyone's back, because the Empress is also from the Southern House. So, also the element I didn't mention, but I've added a couple of boxes to the board. Not boxes, I've added boxes to certain characters on the board, like Atsufasa is actually the nephew, as I mentioned, of the Lord of the Southern House, which makes him also of the Southern House, just the same way that the Empress is. So there's a lot of manipulation going on here in regards to who is of what house and who is being or not being manipulated, who is possibly doing the manipulation towards getting the Southern House into position to have the consort for the Kinyu. That's coming out right. I think you understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, of course, just comment down below. But yeah, I think that makes sense. Either way, I believe this is going to be the episode where we see it play out, given that what we saw last time on the next time on, right? This feels like this is going to be where, I don't want to say, the trigger gets pulled on a lot of this stuff. It certainly seemed that way, felt that way for the next time on. So I guess there's really nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
To imply that Rokan might be from the north. I mean, unless they use their skills, in which case, then who's going to stand up to them? This is odd to me because I thought this one was going to be the one who's above all of this.
それとも秘密をばらされ全てを失い狼を出ていくか。
I was kind of expected that she was going to tell us what the secret was.
選択の余地もないだろ
ご理解いただき恐縮です。
う。他の家はどうするつもりだ。
おめでたい債家など赤子の手をひねるようなものです。
だが当家は食わせ者だぞ。asebiみたいな世間知らずを送り込んで腹では何を考えてるか。
Again, I don't think she's innocent. I think that's the
その
play.
遊びを潰してしまえば何も問題はないでしょう。大丈夫。きっとうまくいきますわ。
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if this is a thing at all. In fact, I think I stated from the beginning that she was my favorite. By which I mean the northern girl, Shiratama. I think was her name. Now, granted, that was my first impression from the start, and I think I may have been like a little bit wishy-washy when Asebi turned into like this picked-on innocent girl. Before my interpretation of her being this, she's too innocent. Something's up here. So, based on first appearances, first impressions, Northern Girl was my favorite to win. And now she's like the only one, I don't know what the word here is, playing the game. Western is the red girl with the 3-part name. I can't remember off the top of my head. This is why I use the board, ladies and gentlemen. I think she's playing the game, but only on face value. Like, she's playing it like cheerleader in high school, right? I'm part of a clique, I'm the popular one, I'm doing the most effort here. Northern Girl is playing the game, as in the politics game. Asebi, I feel like, is playing some completely other game. Like, my suspicions of her, if true, she's playing a completely different game that no one's on her level with. And I think Hayama here is actually just not who she pretends to be, and that's the secret. Oh, we didn't translate this one, huh?
ここが南家の邸宅。
Guess this is not that far of a flight.
あそこか。
Welcome back, Rokon.
誰かと思えば若宮の近習ではないか。
ロコン殿。
客は人払いだ。言っても無駄だぞ。
はあ、ありがとうございます。じゃあ。何すんですか。
気配に覚えがあるぞ。谷合で我々の会合を盗み見ていたのはお前か。まあいい。いろいろ聞かせてもらおうか。
How big of a raven do you think this guy turns into? Assuming he turns into a raven, and that there's not like some other shit out there, or he might just be a regular human as per my theory about the outside world, right?
何か。
やはり似ておらぬと思ってな。浜優だ。南家一の姫として東電しているが、あなたの娘か。
どういう意味でございましょう。
Remember, his daughter is supposed to be here. Hamayu didn't leave, so...
推察の通り浜優は養女です。
Oh, never mind.
両親を亡くし私が面倒を見ていたのをこたび東電させました。しかしながらあれが南家直系の血統であることに間違いはありません。
直系だの枝葉だのはどうでもいい。ただそなたには年頃の娘がいるはずだ。名を何と言ったか。
なでしこ。
Oh, so I was completely right.
本来であればそちらを東電させると思うのだが。
The girl they sent was not the actual daughter that they were talking about.
何か理由がおありか。
As I said.
あいにく娘は不器量で、とても殿下の妃には。
回りくどいのはやめよう。私に嫁がせたくない理由を聞かせてほしい。そしてそれを判断したのはあなたか、それとも。
Because I want her to marry Natsuka.
そのくらいにされてはどうです。
兄上。
養女を迎えて東電させるのは今に始まったことではありません。南家とその領地を守るという観点から
薫殿もご判断されたのでしょう。
つまり私では家も領地も守れぬと。
いえ、決してそのような。
殿下は少し謙虚になるべきです。私があなたに忠誠を誓うのは金羽として立派に務めを果たされると信じているからです。ですが時にあなたの強引さは目に余る。それでは4家との信頼関係も損ないましょうし、ともすれば山内に混乱を招きかねない。
I mean, to be fair, I believe it's chaos that you are, in fact, creating.
私もしかるべき態度を示さねばなりません。宗家の務めは何より山内の安寧を守ることなのですから。ご無礼を申し上げました。先に殿下が腹を割ってとおっしゃったので。
もちろんだ兄上、率直な意見は歓迎する。
恐れ入ります。
So what?
失礼する。
Well, what was the thing that you could talk to him here outside of court about that you couldn't talk to him before? 'Cause I didn't feel like that was the thing. I felt like you were just here to talk to the Lord of the South.
私の考えが及ばず申し訳ありません。まさか若宮が来られるとは。
まったく肝が冷えたわ。夏香様のおかげで事なきを得たが、うつけの割には妙なところに鼻が利く。穴町で襲われたことも身に染みておられぬようだ。
私もそれを案じておるのです。弟は懲りるということを知りません。もちろん私は弟の即位に賛成です。しかし態度を改めなければ、またいつ私の信奉者が私の預かり知らぬところで。
I guess that's the greatest defense Natsuka has, is that he's this force that will act without his knowledge, and he has plausible deniability to all of it.
全てを手に入れるおつもりですかな。
恐れながら夏香様に限ってかようなことを。
向きになるな、厚房。ほんの冗談だ。
冗談にしてもあまりの。
厚房。
まあ、確かにふざけの度が過ぎましたな。
I mean, he did bring Rokon with him. That says something.
何なんですか一体。
風神らしいいい面構えだ。若干面立ちが細い気もするが、北領のどこだ？
タルヒです。
タルヒといえば、北家の姫が嫁いだ先か。
僕だけ母が違うので。
そうか。して、ユキヤ、お前、私の配下になる気はないか？
は？
もともと夏香様に目をかけられたのだろう。こっちへ来い。
僕は若宮殿下にお仕えする身ですから。
はあ、若宮を信奉しているんだな。
別に信奉しているわけじゃ。
Of course, the conversation would be overheard by the prince at a distance, right?
私に殺されてもおかしくなかったのだぞ。そんなところへ放り込むような主になぜまだ従っているのだ。
とにかく僕は誰の部下にもなるつもりはないので。今は近習を務めていますが、1年という期限付きで。
To be fair, that was the deal.
帰ります。若宮にも中央にも僕は思い入れなんて。
That's not going to be helpful, though.
僕の望みは家族と故郷を守ること。ただそれだけ。
And to be fair, that's true to his character. We learned that at like episode 2.
殿下。
密談は終わりましたか。では私も戻らねば。ああ、住代なら飛んでいきましたよ。私を見た途端、尻に火がついたように。
I mean, I'd rather hope that that's true, and that he didn't just beat the crap out of Sumio.
さっきはその勢いで。
ようやく言ったか、あの野郎。
Okay, he really did run.
俺のこと探してたか。ロコンはお前が逃げたと言っていたぞ。自分に恐れをなしてと。
はあ？冗談じゃない。俺は関わりたくないだけだ。まともな神経じゃない。声はでかいし、しつこいし、いつも家に違って。
Look, it's negative that the prince heard him say it, but at the same time, it is true to his character. He cares more about his brother ascending to the head of the family in the north. So I don't fault him for saying the truth. Just inconvenient.
飛んで
is all.
帰ればひとっ飛びの距離なのにな。
鳥目なんだから仕方ねえや。
Oh, I'm pretty sure the Kinyu can.
殿下を待ってたお姫様たち。
Memory served, he fucking
気
glows.
の毒なことをした。なんだ。
ちょっと意外な反応だったので。
私は別に大家具や七夕を軽んじているのではない。
Maybe tell him about the letters not getting delivered?
私が大家具に行きたくないというのは視覚に狙われているからだけではない。私が行けば姫たちにどんな影響を与えるかたやすく想像がつくからだ。程度は違えど彼女たちは皆家の期待と重圧を背負い東電に臨んでいる。目が合えばその姫は希望を持つだろう。声をかければ自分は選ばれたと思うだろう。そして運よく妃や側室になれた者も暗殺の恐怖と隣り合わせの一生を過ごすことになる。
But they're gonna have to anyway.
いわば私は疫病神だ。
The Lord's already told you, you gotta pick somebody by the year's end.
私は妃を選ばなければならぬ。だったらできる限り不幸の種はまかない方が親切というものだろう。
殿下。なんか残念だな。何も知らないお姫様に恨まれてしまうのは。
そんなのはどうでもいいことだ。
好きだらけだよ。
ん？
他人の心配もいいけどさ、今日みたいにいつだって無茶ばっかして。ちゃんと自分を守んないと、あんたいつか死にますよ。
大丈夫だよ。私はキングだから。
I don't know that you have resurrection powers, though.
わかった。肝に銘じよう。
I mean, I say that, I have no fucking idea.
私は無防備ではないと思うぞ。剣も使えるし、それなりに味方もいる。
住夫さんと僕以外に？
ああ。
信頼できる人物？
もちろん。命だって預けられる。
誰ですか、それ？
聞きたいか？こいつは最高機密だぞ。
やめときます。だって聞いちゃったら1年じゃ済まないでしょ。来年の春には僕絶対たる日に帰るんですから。絶対に教えないでくださいよ。
Yeah, Prince heard you say it, so he knows that's true too.
ただいま戻りました。
Did we just stop training? I know we know these locations already, but it'd be nice if you still kept telling me. Look, they're even using the music. Asebi is friggin' manipulating people. I guess she got her hand on the mail.
誰の文です？もしや若宮様からではないのですか？違います。これはしらしらしい。様もとかいう宗家の女房を使って裏でコソコソしていたくせに、文泥棒はあなたでしょう。そんな誤解です、白玉様。だったらそれを見せなさい。
I think it implies that Samomo at least knows who the letter thief is.
ごめんなさい。わざとじゃ。その顔。私は汚いことは何にも知りませんっていうその顔が。
To be fair, you put hands on her first. Oh, it's a lot deeper than I thought it was.
落ち着きなさい。ここは浅いわ。しっかり立って。
Yeah, it was literally standing up height.
一体どういうつもりですの？何の話でしょう。アセビ様は勝手に転んだだけですが。
とぼけないで。このことは藤波様に報告します。
あら。では私も報告しますわ。サイ家と当家が結託し、私を悪者にしてホッケを陥れようとしたと。
あなた、何を？
I feel like it's time to grab her by the ankle and pull her ass into the water too.
大体、宗家が私をないがしろにするなどありえません。
おめでたい方、 政局はもう変わったというのに。
Yeah, to be fair, she's got the southern house
経済力の難家
on her side, which means the Empress is more likely to believe her now if the southern house says it.
明らかではないですか。
ホッケと南家がまさか。
南家は私に樹代を譲るとすでにお約束いただいてます。お疑いなら浜湯様にお聞きになれば。お家を惨めな境遇にしたくなければお二人も賢くなられた方が良いと思いますけど。
ふざけないで。あなたのような卑怯者、若宮様が選ぶわけありませんわ。
その時はあなた方全員を大花宮にいられなくしてやるだけです。若宮が私を選ぶしかなくなるように。ひどい。
Guys, I appreciate she's playing the fucking game.
若宮に恋をしてここにいるのでしょう。でも私は違います。若宮の気持ちなどどうでもいい。樹代はホッケの悲願なのです。それを果たすためだけに私はここにいるのですから。
Fair enough.
あなた、それで寂しくはありませんの？
いいえ、そういうのは全部捨ててまいりましたから。これは警告です。万が一にも私をないがしろにしてあなた方が受代するようなことになれば
They'll kill you before you can
必ず
finish.
破滅させます。
I guess that's the
そ
threat.
して私もこれで喉をついて死にます。
Oh, that's not the threat I thought it was.
夢夢お忘れなきように。
I guess the idea is these two are super emotional. They'd be hurt by that? I just don't know that these two have the capability of standing up to that, and more so the Alliance.
姫様、そんなところで何を？来るのが遅いのよ。聞くののバカ。
Yeah, like, how would she know? How are you even here to witness this? Completely unexplained how you could not have seen the struggle before, but seen her get pushed into the water.
ひたすら若宮様を慕い、真心を尽くせば必ず思いは通じる。それが東電なのだと。当家本邸に文を？
はい。サモモに直接届けてもらって。
それは規則違反よ。
分かっています。でも、どうしても母のことが知りたくて。
Oh, yeah, I'd like to know that
何
too.
でもいいから教えてほしいと、馴染みの下男に送ったのです。
それで、お母様のことは分かったの？
まだ何も。
Oh, God damn it.
これは亡くなったおばが話していたことだそうだけど。
Okay, good. We're still gonna get it.
陛下の妃選びの時、当家から東電に参加した姫は琴の名手だったそうよ。仮名は確か浮雲と。
浮雲？
まるで世の汚れとは無縁のような清らかな姫で、金城陛下とはすぐ恋仲になったの。陛下のお渡りも一番多くて、樹代は確実と言われていたそうよ。
Oh, is this gonna be the mother to the prince and the princess?
夕蝉の君。今の皇后様ですよ。その結果、皇后様は夏香様をご介に。春を待たずに東電は終了となり、浮雲様は泣く泣く家に戻られたと聞いております。その浮雲の君というのは、
きっとあなたのお母様ね。
So that would make the princess her sister, the way they keep referring to her like that.
皇后様こそ本物のカラス太夫ですよ。さぞやウコギ殿も悔しかったことでしょう。知らなかった。
アセビ、今日のこと、藤波様にも誰にも言ってはダメよ。大ごとにすれば思うつぼよ。もし本当に南家がホッケと手を組んだとしたら、私たちは潰される。いえ、それだけじゃ済まないかもしれないわ。
I mean, it's basically unconfirmed there, but I believe that my statement is truth.
もう大丈夫？
はい、なんだかすっきりした気分です。戻ったらサモモを藤波様にお返し申し上げないと。 本当にありがとうございました。
アセビ、今まで私はあなたの気持ちも考えず、勝手なことばかり。きっと傷つけてしまったわね。本当にごめんなさい。いい
え、魔装のすすき様。
I mean, unless I'm wrong, that's Yukia's mom, but I don't believe that's the case. I believe Yukia's mom is somebody else that I have somebody written down in the notes and I can't remember. Large stamping voice of not stamping, large, loud stomping sounds. Rokon?
こちらは？
結果が見えた鉢を新しく他の植物に変えてもらおうと思ってな。庭師の和美だ。宗家で働きながら時々情報をくれる。
Okay, new guy.
数少ない外部の味方だ。
ユキヤ様ですね。お初にお目にかかります。
和美さん、どうぞよろしく。
住代が見えないが。
山内衆の急な呼び出しがありまして。
呼び出し？そうか。
To investigate that thing that we just heard happening? Uh-oh. Now she tried to transform before she fell. Now, mind you... Oh god, here's the problem. My first point would be towards Asebi, right? She's been helping Asebi out. God, what's her name? Samomo? The aide, not the aide, I don't know what you call her aide. The lady in waiting for the princess. But she's been helping Asebi. The princess assigned her to Asebi. Oh man, she even had that whole thing about how she used to turn Raven in private all those times. Oh man, she was actually a pretty nice girl too. Now I think about it, I would feel bad that she's dead. But my brain is in mystery solving mode, so I don't really cognizant of the emotionality of it right now. Princess lent her to Asebi. Asebi used her to get a letter through breaking the rules. Western girl learned about it, but I don't know if she learned about that Samomo did it. Possibly Northern girl figured it out too, but we don't know that for sure. But it was a loud pounding noise, which makes me think Rokon, but Rokon is in the south.
涙する汗びに白玉が再び矛先を向ける。月のない夜、闇に沈んだ女の園に忍び寄る影があった。次回、侵入者。
I have no idea. I have no idea about who the shadow is, the intruder thing. Obviously, I don't think it's Rokon, as I just remind. Well, no, because Rokon was leaving, and the way that Yakia appeared there almost instantly seems to imply it's not that far of a distance to travel. There's no way in hell Rokon could sneak up onto that location. It's a wide open platform. I don't think that's the case. I have to be wrong about the Rokon thing. There's also the element of how did she die? Because it seems like the indication is that she got shoved over and her dress got ripped as she fell. I guess the element is that she's just not used to turning into a raven because she hasn't been able to for all this time due to the politics of living here, and that she only got like one wing transformed. Because my incredulity towards it is that it feels like she could have changed at any point falling down, and my thought process would then be, that maybe she got attacked by somebody in crow form who then grabbed her, fell down with her, held her down as she fell, and then took off, flying away before she then got there. That might be the indication towards next episode. That if somebody can sneak in, how they possibly might have done so, and then we use that information to look backwards to how Samomo may have been killed here. That's my thought process on that one. Obviously, also, we get the element of now we have the two alliances, East and West, North and South, assuming that they are actually in play. It didn't really feel like the Southern House was actually forming an alliance. Of course, you can't form a true alliance with somebody who's blackmailing you into said alliance. Whereas East and West feels more like a genuine emotional thing. Granted, asebi may be playing us all for fools. Like, I don't really know. And of course, we have the princess thing of I've got a bunch of allies to the point where I'm not feeling like I'm actually in danger. So, whatever that is, I guess we'll find out. I'm certainly going to have a lot of notes for next time. At least I hope I will. It feels like I should have a lot of notes for next time. So, I guess until then, I'm going to wrap it up here. Because all I have is a bunch of trailing off thoughts and not like a bunch of actionable intel, I feel. So, that said, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?